What up, everybody? Jae Jones, tag teaming with my homie G Money.
What's up, folks? We back in the building out this bit. Season 3.
The ManCave Sports Podcast. Drop that beat.
Drawing the keys on this shit now.
You already know what it is. It's the ManCave Sports Podcast. It's your boy Wildcard Mar. I'm in the driver's seat today, riding the bus now, and we gonna navigate this thing. As you see, I got my passengers with me. Double J, Jae Jones. What's up, baby? Tell them where the people can find you at, man.
What's poppin', big homie? Jae Jones. Y'all can find me on all social media platforms: Twitter, IG, Facebook, TikTok. Jae Jones, everything, man. Follow, holla at me, baby.
I pleasure to always chop it up with the Double J. Hey, and we got the one, the only, the white chocolates. G Money. What's happening with you, man?
Hey, what's up, folks? It's your boy G Money in the building out here. Feeling good, season 3. Hey, you can find me on Twitter at G Money Caveman. I'm on my Pat McAfee games tonight, man. Let's rock this thing. Let's go.
And of course, last but certainly not least, we got the spearhead of 613. This man right here, he made it. Hey, coach, put me in. Last minute sub. Well, here he is. Hey. He won the only MT in the building. MTZ, what's up with you? My man got the fishing bucket. You better go full bass pro on this joint. Like you better catch a big mouth bass, bro. Yeah, you mute yourself.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Get back in the game.
Hey, you got me early. I thought I was on the four corners. That's why I said, brother. Blessed to be here with you guys. Mike T 304 Twitter, M Turner 304 IG, Michael Turner on Facebook, 613 everything. Hit the like and subscribe. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what's up. Hey, make sure you always hit the like, share, subscribe buttons on everything 613 Faye, on the YouTube channel, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter, all of it. Make sure you like, share, subscribe. And of course, you can always catch me, the Wildcard Mar, KC Wildcard Mar on Twitter, Wildcard Mar on the Facebook and the Instagram. You can always catch me RW Sports Network. You dig? But I'm right here on D. ManCave. Make sure you say D. You know how you say D when you say Ohio State? No, it's D. ManCave Sports Podcast.
THEE.
Double E all day. So you know what it is. But hey, now that you know where you can find each of all four of us on the social media tip, let's get into some sports, because that's what we do. We talk sports. And you know what? It's March. And you already know that the madness is here. The madness is here. Man.
Oh, shit.
So, we know G Money really loves some March Madness. He made that plain and clear last week's episode. So
multiple times.
Yeah. So G, what was your biggest moment of week 1 and how you see week 2 of the tournament popping off, my guy?
Man, it was like you said, the madness. It was crazy. That's what we love about March Madness. Anything can happen. This is everybody's last moment. They putting all their heart on the floor, and you either broke a heart, you going home, or you highly motivated and happy. As he says. Yeah, but the biggest moment I think the biggest thing for me, Princeton in the Sweet 16. I think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's wild right there. Another, it didn't make it to the Sweet 16, but Fairleigh Dickinson, whatever, number 17 seed, where they weren't even supposed to be in the tournament because they didn't win their conference championship.
Yeah.
But the team that won it was Division II still, and he just moved up. So they got in there and he take down the number 1 seed. Like, What else do you want? This is what we live for. This is what we watch this thing for.
FDU say FU Purdue.
Yeah.
For real, that's what they did. Man, Double J, man. Some of the biggest moments that you thought were some of, real significant in week one, big homie.
Of course, G named, the big moments and things like that. Week one, I like Pitt. They knocked out Iowa State. Iowa State was ranked number 6. Of course, Virginia, they lost in the first round again as well.
They normally do.
Like they normally do. It was crazy because, they inbounded the ball and the Buddy just heaved the ball on up, just threw a Hail Mary. And probably the worst 3-point shooter on the floor for the team came and hit the 3. So
that was a knucklehead play.
Yeah, that was wild, man. That was definitely wild. But yeah, man, and Princeton book smarts and they busting your ass on the court. So
team, take the angle, stand right here and shoot.
Yeah, they let it.
You got the numbers.
Hell yeah.
They letting it fly, man. So I love it, man. I definitely love it, man.
Yeah. MT, man, come on, man. I know you've been loving some of this March Madness, man. What's been some of your favorite moments?
Not gonna lie, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like it. There's no Georgetown. I'm boycotting.
You got to be good. You got to be good to make the tournament. That's the problem.
Hey, hold on, MT. If you boycott until Georgetown is in the tournament, boy, you.
Yeah, I'm gonna be not, but I'm not gonna be. Well, Maryland, I'm a DMV fan, but I'm a Georgetown fan first. Then I'm a Maryland fan.
I feel you, Mike.
You know what I'm saying? So I've been like heartbroken for a long time.
You haven't watched the tournament in a while, then?
Yeah, I mean, no. I watched it, of course. Last year? Last year was the first year back, right?
Yeah, from
the pandemic,
COVID.
Right? Yeah,
COVID. So I watched it a little bit last year. I used to be like Gary. Like if I told my favorite moments, I could go down a lot of the line too. But without Georgetown, it's kind of like we've been so bad. It's like we've been so bad. I don't even want to watch anything that says college basketball. Those two words together, I don't want to watch it. Unless it's UConn women.
Hey, I feel you.
Or South Carolina women.
I was about to say, now it might be them, Dawn Staley and them South Carolina Lady Gamecocks. It might be the new joint to watching women's college basketball. But just to keep the show moving, man, there's another college basketball story that's been kind of making its own headways. So Antoine Davis, he's a point guard for Mercer. And he's been, kind of saying it out there, putting it out there in the world, like, y'all kind of cheated me of, breaking this all-time scoring record with Pistol Pete Maravich. And, the homie's down 4 points and, didn't make the tournament and kind of feeling, a little salty about it. Double J, man. Does Antoine Davis got a legitimate reason to be griping like this?
Let me just say this. I get it, man. He was 4 points short, right? But Pete Maravich broke this record in 3 seasons, right? He set this record in 3 seasons, right? Antoine Davidson, he needed an additional year, right? And then he used his COVID year as well. So it's like his 5th year, right? So he was still 4 points short. Then he wanted to get into he was banking on his team getting into the tournament and him breaking the record once they got into the tournament. His team was 14-19.
So what you saying is your math needs to be mathing right.
What I'm saying is I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? You were that close to breaking the record, but come on, bro. Like you had an extra year. And your team wasn't good. I'm not gonna say trash. They wasn't good, man. Like I don't know how much I can vouch for you. I mean,
you being real polite right now, don't Jay?
Yeah, man. I'm trying to, man. I cursed earlier. I'm trying not to cuss. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like, come on, bro, man. Like, I when I was reading the story, you know, he was trying to say people were emailing and saying that they shouldn't make the tournament so he wouldn't break the record. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of, lame or whatever. But as I started reading more of the story, I was like, well, he had an extra year and he was 14 and 19, so I can't really. I don't want to say I put the blame on this team, but man, y'all got to keep track. Somebody got to keep track of the numbers and force feed him the ball. Whether it's at the end, give him some garbage time buckets or something, man. Like somebody got to get him the ball so he can break that joint before
4 points short, dog. 4 points.
4 points short. That's two free throw. Two sets of free throws, a three, and foul shot, whatever you want to call it, man. Like, come on, I can't.
I can't. This is a hot topic, honestly. I like it. I don't like it at the same time. But like y'all said, he had his shot to break it. He fed him the ball at the end of the game a couple times. He missed some 3-pointers at the end. Yeah. So he had his chance out there. Man, like Pistol Pete, like you said, he did it 3 years because he wasn't allowed to play because as a freshman back then. When you're a freshman, you could not play on the varsity squad.
Pretty much.
Pistol Pete set this joint in 83 games. He has played 144 games. It's like potatoes, pickles type joint. I don't know how to phrase it.
No. Look, I ain't the smartest man in the world. But I do know one thing. Hey, my math is be mathing, dog.
Right.
Like I be on my mathematics.
You can't compare these stats.
Like all I'm saying is we got two guys right here in Double J and G Money. That's my man's name is G Money. You gotta do math. Come on, bro. Like, come on. My man is they laying out the mathematics. This math ain't mathing, and
it just ain't.
It ain't.
Like, yeah.
I mean, also, I think like we need to not jump the ledge when we just see a headline because everybody was ready to go for the kid.
That joint was taken out of context. I agree with you. I wanted to talk about that too. That cheater joint, it was taken out of context. He's saying from Twitter and everything.
Yeah, it's like because I worked with G Money on other projects. And one of the things I used to say to them and things that we used to just like brainstorm in our chat is like, we can't just react to the first thing we see. We have to read the whole story. We have to learn the whole story. And I think like what Jay was saying earlier, like with this story, because I kept up with it as well. We gotta get the details, man. Cause it's like, all right, for 144 games to 83 games, that right there should be like, all right, well, why are we even talking about this?
Yeah.
Then his team is 14 and 19. It's like, they kept me out of the tournament. What? No, your team kept you out of the
tournament. The tournament they're gonna go in, they had to pay to get in this tournament. The college has to put up $27,000 to play an extra game or tournament, and he's done that in
14 and 19. So let's do the math. The probability of you actually getting your return on investment of that $27,000 looking real slim to none. That's
not necessarily if you have the leading scorer of all time at your university.
Second leading scorer of all time right now. Yeah.
They 14 and 19. They already have the second leading scorer in that division.
What I'm saying is
nothing.
no. What I'm saying is this: if because I didn't know that part, the part about the tournament. If you only had to pay $27,000 to get in this tournament, and he breaks the record in this tournament, you now have the number one scorer of all time. You're making that back in T-shirts.
True. Oh yeah, for them.
So it is worth the investment because you're going to triple that in investment, and just off T-shirts alone, just whatever the kid's name is, Mercer College, and you're going to make that money back because the people are going to come back to, you can put up a shrine, with his locker better than the Commanders did with Sean Taylor.
Oh, man, Jesus.
Why did you have to bring that up?
Get him.
I love it.
Hey, So Man ain't even here. Get So Man. Hey, this is
it was,
dagger shot.
I do see it from that. I do see it from that point, but I also see it as like, all right, kid, you're about to try to. At this point, you showed that you can score. You might be going to the NBA. What
Yeah,
NBA GM is going to want to pick you up now because of some of the comments that you done said? You know,
True.
I mean, you've made it about you. It's not about your team is 14 and 19.
Yeah, they ain't never been about. Yeah.
You don't want to play. You don't want to play for a championship. You want to get them 4 points.
You-
So,
Hey, and also the
stats.
drama is the people. Obviously, Pistol Pete's son or whatever. He's writing in supposedly to the committee that selects him. So he's hedging them not to let him in. I think that's where the controversy comes even bigger too. When you got people writing him in like, yo, you can't break this record by doing this kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
What?
he feels cheated. He said cheated because it's his teammates. He was on quote saying like, I feel cheated because our seniors on the team, they don't get to play that extra game or whatever. That was the supposed quote, and it got taken where he felt cheated.
Well, 14 and 19 bucks now.
Well, okay, so I'm glad you said that, Mar. We're in this era where everyone gets a trophy.
Yeah.
Like these are the first adults from that era.
Yeah.
So they don't. If you were to tell any one of us four, our team is 14 and 19, we would not be talking about sports.
No.
Well, we lost. We ain't playing in the tournament.
Hey, first of all, we on to the next thing.
I played high
season workouts.
Hey, but put this in context too, though. Pistol Pete, he put all these points up. He never qualified for the NCAAs either. Actually, his team did the best in the NIT, but he also averaged 44 points a game, and he didn't even have a 3-point shot at that point either. So he said stats numbers. If these tracked his shots, supposedly, if that 3-point line was in effect, instead of averaging 44 points a game, he was averaging 57 points a game in college in 3 seasons.
That's wild.
At LSU.
2 games in my high school football career. Y'all have never heard me talk about football. This kid's 14 and 19. Relax, bro.
You gotta take that L, bro.
You gotta get mad at your teammates, bro. Like,
yeah, you gotta get better. You gotta get better. But you know what? I've heard crazier things from basketball players. And you know, there's been a certain character in the NBA that's been on like some real Looney Tune being shit tight lately. Your boy Dylan Brooks. Now, I don't know how y'all see it now. No, don't get me wrong. It does bring a certain little sizzle, little spice to the NBA. You know, with Dylan Brooks and Draymond Green going back and forth. So looks like it's Dylan Brooks versus the Warriors, man. So, man, my team, man. Is Dylan Brooks just going through yellow boy phase, or, you know, fellow yellow boy to yellow boy? Like, I need you to really break this down for us. So, like, or is he wilding, or, you know, or this is just him playing the character, WWE, you know?
So Dylan Brooks is not a part of the society of light skins. We had a meeting. Drake, Steph, Clay, me, couple of us together. We had a meeting, and we have decided that we would like to trade him, but no one wants to give us anything for him. So we just released him. Whoever wants to sign him off waivers, go ahead and do it. We don't.
Hey, I know where you could trade him, Mike. I know you could trade him. You got to trade him to the track. Hey, you didn't see him that day when he had the vest on, the Stone Cold Steve Austin vest?
No, that's what I'm about to say to you. This is what I'm about to say to you.
Yeah, he got that Greyhound. He got that Greyhound torso. You can sell him to the track, bro.
You tried to equate him and Draymond to WWE. So Draymond and whatever his name is, Brooks, that guy, the flopper of the floppers, him. Them two is like Al Snow versus Big Boss Man.
Yeah.
What does everybody want?
Like, come on, bro. It's entertaining for a little bit, but you know they only get like a 5-minute match. Like, come on, bro. Wrap this up.
Yeah.
Wrap this up, okay? Wrap it up. Dylan Brooks, please stop with your antics. You're not. It's funny because you say you didn't like Draymond, but they got quotes of you in Oregon saying that you want to be like a Draymond type player. So,
got him.
You gotta relax, bro. You're making it harder for the rest of us out here. Listen, I'm a producer on 3 podcasts. We have our network. We do great things. Women are not liking us right now because of you.
You messing up
relax.
for the rest of you young
Purse.
boys.
You wear a purse, we let you do that. That's cool. Go ahead, wear your purse. But you can't be acting tough with the purse and then losing the tough battle.
Bruh, I can't.
I'm just stop.
I'm team Draymond. I'll leave it at that pretty much. You
Yeah,
know?
man.
I'm team Draymond.
That's how you leaving it, G Money.
Hey, I leave it like that.
Man.
This has been a controversy for a little while. You've been going back and forth, and hey, if Dillon Brooks inspired to be anything, he should model his game after Draymond, and that's who he needs to work to be.
That's what it
like,
is.
Point blank. Period. That's what he is emulating on the court right now.
Champion,
is what Draymond has done.
Money in the
Draymond
bank.
wrote this book.
4-time champion.
I say this, man. Ever since Draymond went on this podcast and told him that nobody's gonna remember you, your team don't like you.
Yo, he threw
Dillon
some
Brooks,
bro.
Those were some haymakers.
he was throwing them. We know him for throwing them haymakers.
I was about to say the exact same thing.
We know him for throwing them things.
Jordan Poole ain't said a word
all year.
Hey, what? Hey,
he just bought Ice Spice, took her on a shopping spree for $500,000, bro. Like,
and didn't tweet it.
Yo, hey, I can't wait. I can't wait when he had the Michaels docuseries. I want to see the Warriors docuseries when it come out.
Oh yeah, I definitely
it's coming out some point.
I mean,
you know we getting a 30 for 30 for that joint. Come on, got to.
Yeah, but Dillon Brooks, man, like he wild. Mike said it, man. He wants to be baby Draymond. We got him on tape saying it, and he's living that role. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even down to the offense. Like, his offense is, but when Draymond came in the game, his offense was a lot better until KD got there. But Dillon Brooks, that's what he's portraying right now, and it's okay to a degree because the NBA does need that competitive fierce. You know what I'm saying? So that defense, he gave Steph some work, the last time they played him. So it's cool. Dillon Brooks, you know what I'm saying? That's the role he wants to play. He's embracing it. Do your thing. I don't agree with a lot of the stuff that he does, but I mean, it is what it is. And they could possibly play in the first round.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can I ask you a question, Jay? Do you think it's competitive or do you think it's attention seeking?
I think it's both.
Yeah. Definitely both.
I think it's both. Like, I think he wants to try to I think it's more attention seeking than competitive because I think, especially when he plays Golden State, like he's out to try to prove that he's that guy. Like I'm better. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to embrace like the student and the teacher. He's trying to say like I'm outdoing you now. Like you're old and washed. I'm the new guy now. I'm you now. That's the role he wants to take.
Wants to be the bad guy.
Yeah, he want to be the bad guy. But he do a lot of I ain't trying to curse right now, but he do a lot of sucker shit. You know what I'm saying? He do a lot of.
Hey, we already like negative points on the curse word to this episode. We're killing it. We're killing it.
I know, man. I'm just but he
that's because I'm on him.
If that's the role, he wants to take, hey, embrace it and do it to the potential. He keeps getting technical fouls, which he keeps getting suspended, and he keeps putting his team in jeopardy even worse. So, I mean.
And that's why I asked you, is it attention seeking or is it really competitive nature? Because at the same time, he's hurting his team.
Yes, bro.
Is he really playing defense if somebody dropping 30 on him? Are we at that point with basketball that if somebody dropped 30 on him, somebody still played tough defense?
Hey, you were playing great defense. He was on fire, You know
what I mean?
The offense is better than the defense.
You did what you had to do. You did what you could have done. He just was hitting,
I hate to be the old dude because I usually ride with the youngins, but if this is what basketball has become, where defense is, you do drop 35 on you and he just had a hot night. No. You were not dropping 35 on Mike ever. And I'm not even just talking about him. Like when Hershey Hawkins, and this is a name that a lot of basketball players probably
to get back.
Hershey Hawkins, Mike would bust Hershey Hawkins' ass, but when Hershey Hawkins was in lockdown like Dillon Brooks is supposed to be, Mike had a tough ass night.
Yeah.
Right.
Steph was busting his. Steph was. I watched that game, so it's like, like.
Okay.
But it just seems like it's only when it's against Golden State like that he brings that
is
quote
amplified.
unquote
That is
intensity.
It's amplified when it's Golden State. He does it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, look, like Double J was saying, like some of the sucky shit like that Dylan Brooks does, like he did with Donovan Mitchell. He saw him, looked up, and like stuff like that. That's some sucker stuff. And
that's what I mean.
Yeah. It is. Here's the deal. If you're gonna play this character, you better be proficient and excellent at something. And there's nothing about Dylan Brooks right now to me that you can point to and say he's excellent at anything. He's only excellent at being a sucker right now. So that's
the whole Grizzlies.
Hey,
that's what I'm saying. It's the whole team. That's what makes it worse. It's like, I don't mean to be that guy. Y'all know I love Ja, but that's their whole team persona right now, just faking.
Yeah.
And that's why I just wish they would just be quiet and just play basketball. Like,
play ball.
Be quiet and let your play on the court dictate, what I'm saying, everything else. We don't need y'all nobody painted y'all the bad guy. Like, they got this narrative that, like, everybody's against them. Like, everybody was rooting for Memphis. Like, everybody was rooting for Memphis.
These had a lot more fans than previous years. That's what.
Like everybody I know was like, yo, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, Ja Morant, yo,
Zebo was jealous.
Yeah.
Zebo was jealous.
Exactly. Like
he deserved this time. He deserved this time.
Yeah, man. Zebo was a monster, bro. Like, and I'm just like, bro, like y'all are creating this narrative that nobody has put on y'all. Like, just play basketball.
They got a point guard that want to be NBA young boy in Quavo.
Oh man.
And on that note, make sure you tag that one right there, Double J. That was it right there. That was definitely.
Hey man, he came back the other night. He came off the bench.
That's my man too, bro.
I love Ja, man. I enjoy watching him, man.
I do.
Just play basketball, Memphis. Yeah. Just play basketball. And when y'all see Golden State, because they might see him in the first round, y'all gotta beat him. If y'all don't beat him, it's not right.
We're not going to beat them. We know that.
I know. Especially if they get Wiggins and Gary Payton the second back. Like,
he's coming back real soon, Gary Payton the second, actually.
That's the problem. It don't have nothing to do with on the court.
Yeah.
It's mental.
It's mental. It's all mental with the Grizzlies. They have every piece they need to be either contending for a championship.
You is a gangster, man. You nothing popping nothing.
Man.
You ain't no friend of mine. You ain't no friend of mine.
Have y'all ever seen them come out to the game? Have you ever seen that? They got an introduction. Like they got
by Moneybagg Yo, right?
Every rapper.
Yeah, every Memphis rapper, I felt like.
Yeah, they come out all like, oh.
Hey, come on.
Atlanta don't even do that.
Nah, and they can have a whole bunch of artists bring them out to every home game.
That's what I'm about to say. They got this 41 home games. They got
41 rappers. Got them lined up. Hey, they gonna bring some people back. They gonna be Lil Bo, Lil Pete, Eastside Boys. Let's go.
Yeah. Lil Bo.
Yeah. We got the Atlanta Hawks in this bitch.
Hey, Bone Crusher, come on.
Exactly. Doing a halftime shows and everything else.
Hey, Bone Crusher, come on, do your little appearance. Hey, they gonna find people like they did on Power and find Lil Mo just come out of nowhere. Hey man, I'm wild. Hey, let's keep it moving because the Warriors, obviously the little drama with Dylan Brooks. It's cute, guys, a little sizzle to the NBA, but this the owner. There's one owner that always likes having his own sizzle to the NBA. That boy Mark Cuban, little upset last night, or should I say Wednesday night, over a little misunderstanding by him and his own people. We'll get into the specifics, but G, yo, does this man have any gripe at all? Is Mark Cuban literally, is he being his own version of Dylan Brooks, or he got a legitimate case, man? What's up with it?
I mean, that whatever the call was, however it happened, that was some funky stuff going down like that. You know, point of the matter is when you get handed the ball off for somebody to throw in, you're supposed to acknowledge the defense. Like, okay, we're throwing the ball in right now, and supposedly there's some stuff where they said on the announcement or something that they said it was Mavericks ball.
Yeah.
So then Mark Cuban's talking about how, then they went to the monitor or something. They changed it and said it was Golden State ball, but they never told us that it was Golden State ball. So we're supposed over there lined up to throw it in, but they get the ball down there. And at that point in the game, that's a tight game right there. That's a tight game. Like this,
lost by 2 points. That's all I'm
saying.
Playoff
teams on that brink of playoff, like actual playoffs and playing game stuff, and it's a tight race too.
It is.
Woo! This is not a good look. Not a good look for referees. Not a good look at all referees out there.
Oh no, he didn't do the Luka. No, he didn't. Double J, man, get in here, man. Did he just do the Luka?
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna get to that too. But if you look at the video, right? Youngin from Golden State shot the shot, right? It was a loose ball. The referee went off the Mavericks. The referee indicated it was Golden State's ball. Mandatory timeout. They gave it to Dallas. Mm-hmm. The referees made the right play. It was Golden State's ball. You look at the videotape, it's Golden State's ball, and they showed that it was Golden State's ball. Dallas was confused. Jason Kidd and them were confused. They was the ones confused. That's not anybody else's fault. When you come out the timeout, and even if you was getting the ball, why were you all the way at half court? If you was even getting the ball, you should have been down on the side where Golden State was, inbounding the ball. So Mark Cuban is protesting and petitioning and doing all this other stuff.
It ain't gonna get changed.
Because they lost. They lost. They're in a tight playoff race. They're sliding. They're in like the 9th spot. He's desperate. He's got to do something, and they lost by 2. Had they won this, you may have heard of it because it was a bizarre play, but I don't think he's gonna win this challenge, protest, whatever it is that he's doing, because the referees even spoke out about it. It's on video. You can see the referee saying that it's Golden State's ball. It was the mandatory timeout that they gave to Dallas. I mean, come on. What else needs to be said, bro?
Like, come on now. Like, what are we doing?
That's on y'all. Y'all. If y'all don't know what happened the previous play before the timeout, that's on y'all. That's
Jason Kidd was probably drew up a play. Was like, yo, this is what we're running right here, throwing it in right here, and everybody's like, okay.
Hey, you know what?
And that's his fault. That's coaching. That's your fault. Like you got to take that L. Like y'all are all the way at the half court line and beyond. Well, come on, bro. Like
what this reminds me of? This reminds me of when Mayweather was fighting Victor Diaz, and the refs had separated, and then
he came out and bing, bing, bing.
But the rule is, once the ref got out the way, you protect yourself at all times.
Yeah.
All right. Because even Mayweather was like, all right, I got it.
Yeah, clocked his ass.
Yeah, common sense laws.
Hey,
you see somebody walking up to you and the referee is out of the way. You just standing there.
You better be ready. You gotta put your hands up. Man, Mike T, man, get in here, man. Like, is Mark Cuban just being a character, being a clown, or he got a legitimate case, man? What's up?
So I actually was watching this game. Another thing I was actually watching. Everything Jay said would be right. I remember in the game them saying multiple times that they indicated that it was Mavs ball. So that's why they was maybe Jason Kidd was drawing up the play. And I'm no Mavs fan, so I have no qualm in this. So I'm not trying to make nobody make it seem like whatever. But the last time one of these was overturned, they played 58 seconds. It was when the Lakers, when they had Shaq, and they had to play the last 58 seconds of the game. I think that was like 2000. I forgot what year they said. They said it actually on the telecast. So it's not necessarily a positive, not that it can't be done. But there are plenty of things that owners and teams send into the NBA for officiating every game.
All the time.
They say the average is like 20 plays per game they send in that, that's questioned. So, I mean.
And we've been doing a lot of math here. That sounds like a problem to me.
I mean, I think that it was a lot of miscommunication that happened. And if you were watching the game, it did kind of seem like it. It sucks for the Mavs because, again, they went down in the rankings, in the playoff rankings. So, and it kind of sucks. I don't think they're going to win it. I agree with Gary and Jae on that. I don't think that he's going to win the appeal. But, I mean, based on what I heard and what I saw with my own two eyes, I didn't see them indicate the Mavericks ball because, of course, we don't get that inside of. We're not in the game, but they did say on the telecast that the Mavs heard and did say in the stadium that it was the Mavs ball. So who knows, man? And then I guess
they had.
But
no, I was just gonna say, and they had 14 minutes to still win the game.
Had a whole nother quarter.
I think
when there's that much time left.
But I get it though. I get it.
There's no chance to change.
But I get it when you lose by 2.
Right, it makes a difference.
Yeah, that play makes a difference.
Yeah, I know this might sound weird or wild, but when we played Little League, we had a coach that just was talking to the refs the whole game. That was his coaching job. You know what I'm saying? And I think that most leagues, you know what I'm saying, like in personnel, I know for a fact NFL does it. They have a coach on the coaching staff that stays next to the ref to communicate with the ref. Not just the head coach, but they have someone on staff that does that. So it's kind of weird that, to Jay's point, it's kind of weird that the Mavs didn't know what the official call was. But hey, man, it happens.
Yeah, it does.
Man, they in the 9th spot.
Right.
Yeah,
they were down. I think they was in 6th or 7th last night.
Yeah. It's weird because what you see in the West, you literally see pretty much from the 5th seed down to the 11th seed, even at one of those teams on the outside looking at the play-in tournament. You separated by 3-4 games. So
not even 3 or 4.
It's like 2.5.
Yeah. So like every night is important. Every night is important. I can see why he wants to, challenge and dispute it, but I don't. There's no way I see them overturning it due to the fact it's like, bro, like you have 14 minutes. I get you saying it's 2 points, but bro, like, why don't y'all make 2 free throws?
That's what makes me agree with Jay. That's what makes me agree with Jay and Gary. Because again, I watched the rest of the game, so like they lost that game.
Get a stop.
Yeah.
Get a stop.
Yeah, but
now, at one point in time in that game, though, I will say this: if you guys can watch it on NBA TV, at one point in time in the game, that game was so action packed. It was going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It was a good game, but like
and then Luka, when he got challenged at the rim by Draymond and missed the layup or whatever, that's just a bad look, man. Like. I'm surprised he hasn't got fined for that yet, man. Like
it's coming. It
probably is.
But it won't be a hefty one because I don't care what nobody say. Luka is they trying to make this dude the next one of the next big things that hold the torch for the NBA. So there's gonna be
that's why John only got suspended 8 games.
Oh, come on.
He's
time already served. Come on, that suspension came in time already served. Come on, we know it was up.
Exactly.
Hey, bro, you helped the bottom line. Like, come on, let's go. But let's. Ja Morant has been an MVP candidate, so has Luka. Man, it's that time of year that we start narrowing down them MVP talks and who's going to be in it. MT, Mike Turner. Come on, man. Who's your 2023 NBA MVP?
Joel Embiid, man.
Oh, yeah.
Joel Embiid. Listen, I don't feed into the race conversation because I think that's some bullshit.
Yeah.
I think that if you look at the numbers,
Carry on.
yeah, I think that's some bullshit. But I will say Joel Embiid has, and the Nuggets coach said something. I think it was today or yesterday. Something
Yeah, Mike
about
Malone, man. Nah, come on, man.
he said something about he's not playing inspired because of the conversations about the MVP and the race. And, like, dude,
Sucker shit.
it's like everything.
Jay couldn't even hold it in, man.
Even the coaches nowadays is be on that shit. Like, it's wild to me. Like, everything is like so sensitive. So I don't want to say soft because it's not soft because
don't criticize.
it's like you can't say nothing nowadays, and it's just weird to me. But Joel Embiid, back to basketball, Joel Embiid has been consistent. I think the only knock about Embiid, he doesn't play every night. But because lately after All-Star break, he's been consistently playing. He's been dominating. You know, he deserves it. I mean, this year he deserves it. I mean, there's other years that you could argue that he could have got it, but this year he deserved it.
Oh yeah,
So
without a doubt.
you could argue last year. Last year you could argue that joint.
Oh, word, say that. We'll speak on it, G. Go.
Hey, I was for Joel Embiid last year as well, MVP. Like he's putting up numbers. He is carrying his team pretty much. He leads the league in scoring. Like his team is Joker's team's number 1 in the West. Don't get it twisted. His numbers are stupid. His numbers are stupid. His numbers are stupid too. You know, it's pick your poison in the end, honestly. But I'm for Joel Embiid. He is killing it. He's more of an MVP to me than Joker is to his team because his team doesn't do much in the playoffs. Obviously, we've talked about that multiple times.
Wow.
But
damn.
He's got to do more. If you're the MVP, you got to be more dominant sometimes. And he's dominant at times, but it's a different dominant. Like where if Joel Embiid's dominating the game, he's dominating the game. Like give me the ball and it's over. Like just give me the ball and nobody's coming to the rim either.
It's a different feel. It's a different feel when Embiid's dominating.
Is different.
Yeah.
It's totally different.
Yes. All right. So we got 2 for Embiid. All right. Double J, bring it home. Who's your 2023 NBA MVP?
If I shoot the ball at the end of the game and grab my own rebound, does that count as a rebound?
Nah, they're gonna retract it, man.
Man, I gotta agree with both Mike T and G Money, man. I'm with Joel Embiid, man. Like, you know, he's been balling, man. He's been doing his thing, especially after the All-Star break. Like Mike said, he's definitely deserved it. I'm like G. I felt like he should have won it last year, but he's got his team, I think, in 3rd place, maybe a game or 2 behind Boston and Milwaukee. He's hooping, man. You take away Joel Embiid, bro. Like that's a totally different team. Like it's like I know they got James Harden, Tyrese Maxey, but they're different on both sides of the ball, like offensively and defensively. They're
it's
totally
funny you brought up
different
James
teams.
Harden, Double J. It's
So,
funny you brought that up.
I mean, Joel Embiid is the MVP, most, no doubt. And, it's crazy because I'm weak. Giannis made a quote. He said, I don't even know what MVP is. What is MVP? Is it, is it based on record? Is it based on play? What is the structure of the MVP? And to me, you gotta play both ways. And Joel Embiid embodies that. He plays both ways. He's got his team in position to get the number 1 spot. If we're gonna see, because Joel Embiid went out with I think he went out with a calf injury the last game against Chicago.
Don't say that. He supposedly it's not that bad, and I'm hoping for my fantasy basketball team too because we rocking with them.
But I'm saying if he does miss a game, just to make sure it doesn't mess it, do anything further, you're gonna see the impact and the value of Joel Embiid, and that's why I think he's this year's MVP.
Hey, he sat out that second half because his team was up so much. That's what it was.
Oh, so you mean he not stat padding?
Yeah. I wish he would have played the second half. He only gave me a bomb ass first half, 42 points in my points league. So
he ain't stat padding.
I needed that.
And I think if you switch them two, because Jay said something that was very important. If you take Embiid off the Sixers, but let's just say you switch the two. If you put Embiid on that Nuggets team, I think that Nugget team is competing for a championship.
Oh yeah, they dominate.
Woo.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
I don't think the Sixers are any good with Joker.
Well,
You have two people on the floor that need the ball in their hand: James Harden and Joker.
I would have to argue that I feel like they're still competing in the East. I feel like if you get Joker over there.
I mean, everyone's competing in the East right now.
Yeah. All right.
So would Philly be competing? Obviously, they'd be competing in the West, but
I don't think they'll be in a better position than they are right now.
Okay,
that's what I'm saying. So yeah, that's what I'm pretty much saying. I'm not saying they wouldn't make the playoffs because Joker's a phenomenal player. Yeah. And I think if you take last year's Philly team and put Joker on it, then they will be better because there's a lot more. They had a little bit more shooting, solid shooting on that team. But this year, if you switch the two, I think that we all look at the Nuggets right now. Okay, they make it to the playoffs. What are y'all going to do? Yeah. If y'all always lose, you know what I'm saying? Y'all always lose. I think it will be no doubt in anybody's mind. I think if you bet in sports, if Joel Embiid was on the Nuggets, you're betting on the Nuggets.
Hell yeah. With that roster they got, shit.
Hey, cutting up, dog.
Man, that's what I'm trying to say.
Make some money.
Offensively and defensively. See, I think we look at the offensive side that Joker brings, but we don't look at the defensive side that he lacks and that Embiid brings. And that's why I believe Joel Embiid should be MVP.
Well, see, I don't believe he lacks it. I just believe that he doesn't have to do as much because you have Aaron Gordon. In Philly, Joel had to do more on the defensive end because it's just him.
Yeah.
Who plays the four for them?
Shit. Tobias Harris?
Yeah.
I'm still counting right now. I'm looking at the time. It's like 15 seconds. Nobody has named their four. So
it's not Tobias Harris. I thought he named him.
Tobias Harris played four?
I don't know if he played a 4 to 3, but you know they play small. Everybody plays small ball now.
Yeah,
they call
it positionless.
That means he has to play it even more. Yeah,
right. He has to do more. So I think that if you give Joel Embiid Aaron Gordon, and he doesn't have to do half as much as he was doing with the Philly, man, they going to the finals. It's a different team.
Facts.
Oh no, it'd be PJ Tucker. So
PJ Tucker at the 4.
So pretty much you would have Melton at shooting guard, Maxey at point, Tobias at probably small forward, PJ Tucker at power, and Embiid at center. I mean,
no disrespect to the shoe god, but
no, none at all.
Right now, if you had to make a pick between PJ Tucker and Aaron Gordon, PJ.
PJ Tucker's that dog for defense, and that's what you need to play on. I'm 100% about that.
Not anymore.
That's all you're getting from him, though.
He do what he hit. Look, playoff time. PJ Tucker like, look, I ain't playing offense.
5-3, bro.
I ain't playing offense.
Is he that he chooses not to play offense, or he just not in the offensive game plan?
His whole energy has to be saved for defense. He's like, yo, I ain't playing offense. I'll set a pick for y'all. Do what y'all need to do, and I'll sit in this corner. That's my shot. That's my shot in the corner.
Jay's that guy. But peep this out. Let me ask y'all a question real quick, and then we'll keep it moving. We'll keep it pushing. So it sounds like everybody's on board for Embiid number 1, but are we all making the case that going by your criteria that Giannis would actually be 2? Instead of Jokic 3.
Oh, most definitely.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Giannis would be number 1 if he played the whole season.
Yeah, he only played 57 games so far.
Okay,
yeah.
That's fair. Hey, I just wanted to take the temperature real quick. See what the shit was popping at. You know,
honest boy, I know G. I know you don't like him.
Don't like him. Don't like him. But I respect him. He's a beast. He's an absolute monster on the floor.
Giannis, he got his MVPs too. Hey,
he's always in the running. Like he plays both sides, you know. But like Mike said,
he'll be there.
That's why it's really tough. It's really tough. And I'm not excusing these voters for nothing, but it's tough for the voters, I guess, because the talent is pretty lumptious out there in the NBA with stats wise too. And
Pretty what, bro?
pretty lumptious. I'm just making shit up out here.
Nah,
Making shit up out here.
Nah, some of the voters be bullshitting though.
Yeah,
They do.
some of them do.
But don't worry, because that NBA, that CBA, they're going to change all that. You're going to have to play a certain amount of games to even be considered for the MVP. So that's going to eliminate.
Hey, Jay, say that for another show, because I'm telling you right there. Because I'm telling you, that could be almost 20 minutes of talking right there. Like
I was trying to trigger Mike, because I know Mike been, been preaching it.
I know, trust me. I know that's what you've done too. I'm trying to steer that shit back the other way. Nah, we gonna steer that shit back
let's go.
the other way.
You said I'd be long-winded, and I've been chilling this episode, so I'm good.
No trust. Damn you, Double J. See, this is what you do. Hey, see, this is what it. Hey, Double J just tried to do the ultimate. Hey, man, get your ass out the driver's seat. Move.
I just tried to throw him a oop. I just tried to throw CP3 into him, baby, off the backboard.
So you got the Lob City on this?
Yeah, Lob City one time.
Nah, man. All right, so that's where everybody's feeling for the NBA MVP. But earlier this week, there was a WBC MVP crown, and it was that boy Shohei Ohtani out there in Team Japan, because on Tuesday night, as everybody had saw, Team Japan walked away with the World Baseball Classic Championship victory 3-2 over Team US of A. Double J, how disappointed were you when Team USA lost, man?
It sucked, but I'm an Ohtani fan. Best player in baseball, in my opinion. We got the matchup what we wanted to see. We got Ohtani versus Trout. And he did his thing. It was a great game. USA had a lot of opportunities. They left some runners in scoring position quite often. It wasn't Mike Trout's fault. That's just the memory that we were left with, right? That's the last thing that we're going to be remembered by. But Team USA did have opportunities to score. I was disappointed that he didn't even make contact other than the ball hitting the bottom of the knob of the bat. Mike Trout didn't even make contact with the ball. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? You ain't even have to hit a home run. Just get on base. Just extend the game. You know what I'm saying? And he unfortunately, he didn't do that. Ohtani was coming with that. He threw 100, 102. You know what I'm saying? It sucked. I was watching it. I was rooting for Team USA. But Japan, Soul Man, who's not here, he mentioned Japan on the last episode, and they came through for him. And
I hope we put that money down on them.
Yeah, them
suck it, bombs.
Japan, their pitchers did an excellent job of keeping Team USA off balance. I feel like they kept them off balance. Trey Turner did get the home run early in the game for top of the second. I think he got the home run in. Mm-hmm. So outside of that, when they put Yu Darvish in, Carl Scherber hit the solo shot. But it was disappointing. But shout out to Japan, man. They've won 3 out of 5.
Yeah, they brought it.
Ohtani, again, to me, best player in baseball, hands down.
No doubt. G Money, man. You feeling the same way as Double J, or you going some other type of way with it?
Hey, first off, I was listening to another podcast earlier. Pat McAfee. That's why I'm dressed like him a little bit. We talked about this tournament last week or whatever, and he was talking about the same stuff we talking about, and I was like, yo, we doing the same thing these guys are doing. We're talking the same stuff. We're actually more informative the way we brought up our World Baseball Classic, talked about how it happened, how it started. We had the numbers and everything. I was like, okay, we do what we doing out here. But I just want to give us all a pat on the back about that for last week.
Talk to him, G. Talk to him, G.
Hey, but like we said last week too, did you try to take the same take? No shots fired out here, but hey, bang bang, right? Let's go. But this World Baseball Classic has been absolutely exciting from the get-go, pretty much. Like, they didn't build it up as much as they could have. I felt like commercial-wise, advertising-wise, nothing.
Mhm.
But it already is 96% more viewers than it had the last time this joint went on.
Paid off.
Like, and it deserved all of it.
Mhm.
Let's not get it twisted. Like this World Baseball Classic, you talk to every player on every single team, it's different.
Yeah.
You're talking to players that have played in World Series, maybe multiple World Series at that. And he said, this is different. It's exciting. It's more meaningful to every player on that field because you are repping your country. You rep for all the people back home, all the people that looked up to you. This is where you're from, and that's what makes it more meaningful. And every player out there, what I loved about this too, baseball need to take notes on this because the players played with their emotions out that joint. When you play with emotions, you're gonna do stuff that might not be looked great upon in the MLB game at this moment.
Traditional.
Much, like I'll tell you this: watching
rules.
Randy, don't butcher this. Don't butcher this. Oh God, I had this joint. Oh God.
Randy
Zarena. Arrows Zarena. God, I'm butchering it.
But they hated
the outfielder from Mexico.
Now, hey, there's a story behind him. He's actually a Cuban player, but he had to get to Mexico to become an MLB player. So he stayed there and he went on Instagram, lobbied, become a Mexico player for this joint. But the way he snatched them balls and at the warning track on the wall and just stood there. Like, yo, you don't get that. You don't, and these bat flips that people are doing, this excitement that they're hitting home runs with and stuff, like it's a different level, and that's what makes baseball so much more exciting to watch. Like, I won't lie to you, I don't enjoy watching baseball games all the time. It's not that interesting, but this was. That's the difference for like everybody out there that's a baseball fan. If you ain't with this, you too old school pretty much, right? You gotta have emotion out there, and that Japan-Mexico game, that was better than the U.S. game in my mind.
Hey, he hit the little mama pose when she came on the stage with Jay-Z and Alicia Keys, bro. He hit that joke.
And he signing autographs in between pictures.
He said, not the little mama pose.
He hit that joke. I said, hey, go ahead, Randy. Go ahead, dog.
Oh, God. I MT, man. So, man, jump up in here, man. You think Japan was just that good, or USA was just unlucky?
I'll just keep it brief. I'm so glad USA lost. I'm glad we lost. We need to get back to losing so we can get restored.
Oh, please. I was about to say, please clarify this real quick.
No, we need to get back to losing in sports and stuff in the world so we can get back to reality. So we can start back working hard, grinding. You know what I'm saying? I hope we lose in the Blue Basketball World Cup too. I hope they keep
doing that good.
I hope they keep kicking our ass in men's soccer.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be.
Oh, no, that's gonna happen.
Oh, I know.
They're gonna find a way to disappoint us.
Like I said, man, we have to get back to being humble and working hard, man. Because I watched some of it as well, and it just never going to question the man's heart. It just felt the vibe of the game in the beginning. It felt like the U.S. felt that they was going to win, and they knew they was going to win. Like they knew
the arrogance.
It just felt like they knew Manfred was going to make sure they won. That's the kind of ego they had. You know what I'm saying? Like Luka. So, yeah, man. I'm glad they lost. Shouts out to Japan. Konnichiwa.
When I'm out in Japan.
Hey, Japan got some players out there, joint, for real.
I'm
like, and the thing about it, some of them players, they can't even turn pro because they're playing Japan ball over that joint. Like, they got a picture, Roki Sasaki, 21 years old, throws 100 plus. He's been diagnosed. He's been deemed the nickname Hayabatsu no Riwa. It means monster of the
G.
new era.
Damn,
Hey,
G.
I'm
I think
getting
it was
philosophical out
105.
here. You know, I'm bringing the stuff.
Wait, hold on. Hey, everybody,
he threw
hold on. Hey, wait,
105?
hold on. Everybody, take a breather. Let's breathe that in with G.
I know, G.
Woo,
Hey.
G.
G Henny.
Okay.
Hey,
Hey, Henny,
I
G,
don't
talking
usually
to
do
you,
this unless
cuz.
I'm drunk
Hey.
and I high and I burn both in my life.
Hey, we need more white breeder Henny G because
Hey,
he
man.
on another level, bro. Hey,
Yeah.
Dude.
And Manfred did say that, you know, they are gonna do this again in 2026.
They got to. You got to recreate this,
They're
bro.
gonna run it
Hell
back.
yeah.
It was a great game, but we did have another injury. Jose Altuve got his thumb
Yo.
injured. And
That's a
he's
big one.
out for 2 months. They just said to, you know,
Yeah.
so that's the only downfall.
Well, this about to be minor leagues next time.
I know, yo. I'm scared. I was scared of it too, but I'm telling you, like, that was my take last week. I ain't gonna lie. I said once that Edward Diaz, I was like, yo, this is trouble for the world baseball. But
You play for the Ottawa Blue Horns right now. Get your weight up, bro.
Yeah.
Sign up for Team USA.
Your opportunity is coming in 4 years, bro.
Hey,
if you play for the Birmingham Barons, get your weight up, man.
Hey, you next. You next.
Hey, just think about it. A dude that's in single A ball in 4 years, if you get to AAA by that time, bro, you in there. You on the World Baseball squad.
I hope it don't happen because that would just kill this whole joint for real.
Hey, it's happening, bro.
Yeah,
I was just nervous. For USA, just for USA.
And you know
I don't know, Mike, because here's my thing. I'm gonna say this real quick, and then we'll move on to some NFL talk. My thing is if you're gonna do the major league rosters or players on your roster, then change the timing of the World Baseball Classic. Move this joint to like maybe December, like right after the regular season ends, where some of these cats who's not in playoff contention can go in, get some extra, swings or play in and represent your country. And it's not necessarily a loss if they were to get hurt. That's more than enough time to recoup back from your injury by the time May, April come around. So I don't know. Just throwing that out there. My man MJ on the show, on the late night hour show, threw that out there, and I've been thinking about that for a minute.
Hell nah, I'm not competing with the NFL.
Yeah.
We had that conversation before. The NBA have games on Christmas.
I was about to say.
For the last 25 years, for my whole life, the NBA had Christmas on lock. Not this year.
Hey. Oh no, I'm with you, but NFL don't win on Tuesdays. They don't win on Wednesdays.
Let a baseball game come on a Tuesday. Let a baseball game.
That World Baseball Classic, how competitive it was. You can get a run on that Thursday NFL game. None of the matchups they ain't like that.
They not like that, but it's football.
I feel you.
Let that World Baseball Classic have a game on Tuesday, Ma. The damn Bengals and the goddamn Colts will be on Tuesday night.
Move. Speaking of NFL, man, on our last topic on the docket, man, there's been a lot of free agency movements, a lot of trades. So, some people not getting paid yet, people waiting to get paid, people waiting to get traded with intentions and shit like that. So, man, Mike, what's been one of the biggest moves in the NFL that you think's been very impactful that's been happening so far?
The most impactful move is Aaron Rodgers getting high. Getting zooted.
Dark place.
Getting zooted and holding the NFL up again. He really wants to be Brett Favre. Now all he has to do is go to like someplace like Arkansas and take all their welfare money.
And send a dick pic.
Yeah.
He's definitely already done that. There's no doubt about that.
No, because look, remember, and I'm not trying to make a joke. Brett Favre was getting high. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
He was a snorting and a drinker. People don't realize that. Brett Favre was a snorting and a drinker, bro.
You know what pisses me off about him? He tells us he's getting high. And ain't no drug test yet.
I'm going on a retreat in darkness.
The
What the
man
hell
that
you gonna do over there?
The man that told us he was not vaccinated, but he got something.
He
I was immunized. That was immunized.
Immunized. Yeah, right. So, but what I said was better because when he said that's basically what he said. He said, "Hey, look, I ain't taking that vaccination, but I got something. Cause gotta relax."
I'm
Here's the
protected.
card.
But no,
Here's the
on
card.
a serious note, I read today that OBJ might be going to the Jets. So that's something to look out for. That is something big to look out for. I seen Zeke possibly joining the Eagles. I know G Money don't want to see him twice a year because he's going to play his heart out them 2 games against the boys.
Like a
without
mother.
doubt.
I'm not a fan of the
Knock his
NFL.
block too.
Y'all have watched this show before, so y'all know I'm not a fan of the NFL, but I do watch SportsCenter. The Commanders made some pretty good, cool moves. The beef up their depth chart. But I do like I think this year is going to be the draft is going to be more valuable than the free agency. If of course, if anybody is watching the depth in the draft, I think that a lot of teams could pick up a lot of good things in the draft that may not be they might not be first day starters, but they're going to add depth to what a lot of these teams already have. I think if you have them late picks, like the Eagles or even the Ravens will probably have a later pick because they made it to the playoffs. So some of those teams that made it to the playoffs, they had those later picks. You can really fill some holes with those picks. Of course, you know, the biggest story, Lamar Jackson not getting his bread. It just sucks that he has to go through all of this. I don't want to say
I gave y'all the email last week where to find him at. You know,
yeah, I mean,
official.
Give it to him one more time, G Money.
Lamar you not entertained at gmail.com. At ravens.org, actually. Ravens.org. My apologies.
Earlier I said kind of, you know, saying I don't like putting race on things.
Yeah.
It's hard not to with this. It's hard to. I can't imagine. Daniel Jones just got a damn contract. And I don't watch football. I watch SportsCenter. When I see him bad, he's bad. I've never seen Lamar that bad. Even when he's hurt, he's not that bad. So if you're gonna give him, like, come on, man. Like it's really sad what they're doing to him. It's really sad what they're doing to him. I've seen people try to compare it to Kaepernick. If you come from what I went through in 2020, please don't compare him to Kaepernick. It's not the same thing. I understand what you're trying to say, but please don't. It's not the same thing. But I can see why you would say that. It just sucks that the kid got to go through that. He seems like a great kid. He loves Baltimore. He loved the community. He loves all of Baltimore, not just the harbor part. Yeah. I mean,
wait, hold on, sir.
That's the tourism. That's the tourism.
That's what I was about to say.
Right
you mean the soft, you mean the safe side.
The safe side.
Lamar is and I, you know, I don't want to take up too much time, but Lamar is one of the few quarterbacks that we've seen. Okay, so he gets a lot of Michael Vick comparison. And Michael Vick, obviously, we know, we're not going to sit up here and add on to what we know the bad part about him, but we know the bad part about him. Lamar is that as well. But Lamar knows what to do in that environment. He doesn't let it overwhelm him. He goes there, he does whatever he does there, he gives back to those people. And he does it in such a pleasant way that's like, damn, man. You know, like usually they would be John Morant. Usually they would be telling someone like Lamar to stop. But he does it so well and he gives back so much and he does positive things. So, and we never heard nothing negative about this kid. And he hangs with Kodak Black.
They from the same. I think they from the same area.
They from Broward. That's where when I lived in Florida, I lived in Broward County. I lived right up the street from where both of them are from. So where they're from and to see, you know, the growth and the maturity of him, it sucks that they just can't award. Like, even if you think he's injury prone, even if you think all these things that might be negative about him, whatever you want to think negative about him, award the kid, man, just for being a good kid. Sometimes in life you have to, you know, we just talking about, you know, not giving everybody a trophy, but he already earned one.
Mm-hmm.
So give him what he deserves and give him what he's already earned. Give him his bag. You know what I'm saying? And whatever happens after that, we understand. If you weren't going to win the Super Bowl with him, then you damn sure ain't going to win without him. So go ahead and give him the bread, and you know what I'm saying. Let's move on, because I'm tired of really. Today I saw something about some Ken guy that he's supposed to be.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ken guy that's supposed to be negotiating on his behalf, and it's like Lamar is shooting everything down. He's like, who the hell is this dude?
Yeah, I don't even know this cat.
Yeah, it's like it's. If he was Ja Morant, I would totally understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't mean to keep piling on Ja, but if he was acting like Ja Morant, I would totally understand.
Yeah.
This kid really is, man, listen, just pay the kid, man. Pay the kid. That's all I want to say.
I'm with you. Double J, man. Chime in here. One of your biggest moves that you thought was very...
Nothing the Titans doing.
Hey, it's disrespect
Bob's
already,
still
man.
building on that
I ain't even say nothing.
Bob's still building over there.
Look, hey, we
Bob's still on that
resetting,
rebuild,
okay? We are resetting, and it's crazy that Mike brought up Lamar, because Lamar is now actually able to negotiate and talk to other teams. So again, Rand Carthon, pick up the phone, holler at Lamar. We definitely, you know what I'm saying? What's the worst you can do? Pick up the phone, holler at him, see what he's talking about. We definitely can use him in Nashville. That story, the Lamar, Jackson story, is always a huge story, because, like Mike, I'm rooting for Lamar, and I definitely feel that he deserves his bag, most definitely. Mike also said OBJ might be going to the Jets. The Jets are making moves. They just got McCole Harmon. They traded Elijah Moore.
I didn't like that trade.
They traded Elijah Moore, and a third round pick, I believe, which is kind of interesting right now. So, they're setting up everything for Aaron Rodgers to get to New York, but the deal still isn't done. So that drama and saga continues. G's team, they picked up Brandon Cooks, Dante Flower, and Ronald Jones from Tampa Bay. I actually thought y'all should have got Leonard Fournette, to be honest with you.
I wanted Kareem Hunt, honestly.
I threw Kareem Hunt's name out there earlier before, but
even one of them for cheap would be nasty.
That's what I said. I said Kareem Hunt early on Mar's show.
Jae Jones, he want that big house.
No, we're not gonna talk about that. Derek is staying in Nashville, all right?
I want that big house.
King
Henry.
And on the low, I think the Texans are making moves, man. They got Dalton Schultz from G's Cowboys.
Trying to be us
from Buffalo.
And they got Singletary, yeah. So on the low, I think they're making moves, and nobody's really talking about them. We already know that they got a high draft pick. They'll probably get Bryce Young, who had a pro day earlier this week, and Bryce Young is a star. I think he's gonna be a star in the NFL. So it's been a little slow NFL free agency. DeAndre Hopkins, we still don't know what's gonna happen with him, where he's gonna go. He's been linked to a few teams, and Austin Eckler again, still in Los Angeles. It's been kind of like a really bad market for running backs, so I don't know where he's gonna go, who's gonna pick him up, but I'm just waiting for the news that Lamar is a Titan and that we signed Jeffrey Simmons back, and I'm good, man. Hey, all I can do is hope, man. I can just hope, man. So that's where I'm at.
You got a lot of hope there, sir.
It's a lot of hope. It's a lot of hope, man.
You just hoping. You just hoping.
Let me be Jay last week. I'm gonna mind man with Lamar.
That's all I need, man.
You want to be a Titan. You want to be a Titan.
They got some good. They got some good barbecue down there. You know what I'm saying? Come down there. It's nice city. Everything's good, man.
That's real nice, bro. That's
come through,
nice.
man.
It is nice. It is nice.
I got a scenario to throw to y'all after G goes.
Oh! I got a scenario too. So, but G Money, go ahead and drop what you thought was probably one of the significant moves.
First off, I want to point out there, I am not also alibi. Other known associate's name is not Ken Francis. I did not try to negotiate Lamar's deal. I just want to put that out there. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, first off, so that's going out there. Like, hey, I agree with Mike. Lamar should get paid first off, but they're going through all this, and it's whatever is going to happen, it's not going to be quick because he's negotiating his own joint. So even if something was actually in the works, it's going to take longer because of all this non-exclusive stuff, which is going to make it harder for agents. But he doesn't have an agent to do what he do, so he's got to go through all that paperwork. It's gonna be this drama, this saga, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna be a while. We're gonna be talking about this for the next couple months. I feel like, honestly.
I think they got until like June or July to get a deal done.
Yes, by July. It's July.
Yep.
July, yeah.
So here's my scenario, G, and I want to ask you first. Lamar Jackson, I'm talking to you right now. I'm not on this show, but I'm on this show for this week. If I'm you,
I got a story behind that too. I think you told Marsha the wrong time so you could hop on tonight.
if Lamar Jackson, since you are negotiating, you can negotiate your own contracts. The one team I think that you shouldn't be negotiating with right now, and it's an instant Super Bowl, the San Francisco 49ers.
Oh,
that works for them great. He's perfect for the system. Same thing with the Atlanta Falcons, I thought too. I think both those systems are money for him.
But with the 49ers, here's the kicker. The Ravens, if you let go of Lamar, you trade him or whatever you decide to do with him, you're going to be starting over anyway. Trade Lamar Jackson for Trey Lance.
Now you taking a gamble.
Either way, you're taking a gamble anyway because Lamar might not even play.
Well, so you could get 2 number 1 picks right now for Lamar, and like you said, the June, July, whatever date you said, if it goes beyond that, then teams don't have to give up the 23, the most recent number 1 picks. It could be the following years. I think I saw on some joints 24, 25 instead of this year and next year. So it could go farther down the road too for those 2 number 1 picks. So that's why I say it's going to drag out more.
If I'm the 49ers, I don't care. I got Christian McCaffrey, Deebo Sanders, Lamar Jackson. We give Lamar what he's never had, a legit number 1 receiver.
Weapons.
All his weapons all across the field. And that defense as well.
Yeah.
Man, they going to the Super Bowl, they winning. It's not even what?
I was gonna say, and they got game. Yep, and they got Kittle, which he loves throwing to a tight end. So, I mean,
got weapons everywhere.
San Francisco 49ers right now. Listen, I know that you invested in Trey Lance, but you also got Brock Purdy. Keep Brock Purdy as your backup. Go get Lamar Jackson, John Lynch. Thank me later.
I got it.
Yes.
They're the one team that like it's the hardest for them to go get him right now because they're so locked in for some contracts and things. They're one of the hard. I was reading about this early on where their number 1 picks is something doesn't work out for them to be able to do it. So it's like the hardest possible situation.
Hey, anything is possible. Come on, you know this, G.
KG, baby, all day.
Anything.
But that definitely be scary because they already with Shanahan as the offensive coordinator and all that motion stuff that they run in San Francisco. It'll definitely be scary if they had if they could do it.
If he goes to, they'll be great.
They'll be great. Now you're right. You're right. I like that. And look, let me find out producer can bring his ass on the front side of the camera and actually drop some hot takes. Look, hey, go ahead and take that dirt off your right shoulder right there. I see it. Go ahead, dust it off. Boom, there it is. Look, I like that scenario. But I got a real crazy scenario for all y'all jokers. Check this out. So, obviously, you see Dan Snyder clean out this locker, clean out his office, him and wifey. All right, so check this out. Check this crazy scenario. I can't take credit for it, but it was an ESPN analyst on the radio, and I listened to it, and I thought about it. I was like, yo, this actually would be wild if he did this. So Dan Snyder, obviously, They talking about linking him and wifey, cleaning out the office. They might sell the team. So Magic Johnson popping up in the rumor mill. He might be part of the group to buy it. Blase, blase, blase. So Dan Snyder's, final salute to the NFL, double bird, Stone Cold Steve Austin style, says, hey, Baltimore, go ahead and give me Lamar Jackson. Hey, Lamar Jackson, I'm going to give you 5 years, $223 million fully guaranteed. And as I do that, I'm about to sell this squad. Bye, NFL. I gave Lamar what he wanted, and damn sure what y'all didn't want.
Hey, all these Commanders fans are actually jerking off to what you're saying probably right now. Let's be honest.
It would be crazy from a Dan Snyder point of view.
But he would do something crazy like that. You can't say he would.
Freaky Dan wouldn't take that risk because if they mess around and win, he look like a jackass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be hilarious. I have too many Commanders fans. I don't want that shit to happen.
Definitely don't want that. Nah.
Freaky Dan is about to get so low that we never hear from him again.
Yeah, but I'm telling y'all straight up, Baltimore is not, and hear me clear, will not be trading Lamar Jackson to an AFC team because you do not want to see this guy doing damage on you in the AFC Championship game if they so happen to make it there.
Shit, I think they'd trade him to an XFL team if they
You can't pay him that money.
I honestly think the NFL is punishing Lamar Jackson for what Deshaun Watson did. Like, they should have punished Deshaun Watson the way that they are punishing Lamar Jackson.
I think they punished him for that and him being his own agent.
Yeah.
And him hanging with Kodak.
Yeah, all that.
I think they punishing him for everything right now.
See, it's also the media's blowing this up too because like I said, the deal's gonna take a long time to try to get done, talk about stuff. And he said he ain't good at picking up the phone sometimes. But those are reports. Those reports that we get, so it's like who's making these reports?
Exactly. Hey.
Man.
Hey, media knows how to control some things, but hey, it's been a wild and crazy NFL offseason. Hey, they know what to do, and I won't be surprised if some of these moves, like with Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers, don't probably get taken care of till draft day. I got a feeling NFL's cooking up something big for the draft. And they want the date. They want to drop the big splash, the media splash. Don't be surprised if there's going to be a lot of news flying at the end of April. Don't be surprised.
Go Titans. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Last year we was on the wrong side of the news, man.
What do all these teams at the top of the draft need? Quarterback.
I think the Aaron Rodgers news ain't really dropping because he can't pass a pitch test right now. I'm just being honest. I think they holding off, letting them get
30 days for that damn man.
That's a good ass point.
He can't pass a physical or a piss test right now. Right now, he can't do it. I agree. They may be saving something for the draft, but
them shrooms,
wow for that.
Yeah,
it
might pop up somewhere.
But low key, I didn't even think of it. That might be a cause too. Like, nah, man, we can't even have this trade going.
You just told the whole world you was getting high in the dark, and we just want to just trade you to the.
I'm clean. I promise, I am.
Hey, just drink some cranberry juice vinegar. You gonna be all right.
Hey, not him, because he didn't get the regular vaccine. He got whatever euthanized.
Euthanized, he dead, bro.
Hey, he got that glue stick or something.
My man said his man didn't euthanize him.
He didn't smoke some dippers.
I can't. Man, it's been one hell of a show. I'm glad I was able to drive the bus today, even though Double J tried to kick me out the driver's seat and try to get me started up on the damn whole.
Hey, that's what he be doing. That's what he be doing. Get used to it. Get used to it.
Man.
Nah. I may be the new guy, but I peeped that out, Double J.
Nah, I be chilling. No, man.
I peeped that out, cuz.
I come in peace.
I peeped that out, bro. Anyway.
Peace.
Anyway, hey man, it's been a pleasure. Before we get up out of here, man, producer who made his appearance on the front side of the camera, man, tell the people where they can find you at, big homie.
Hey, you can find me in St. Louis. Find me, Mike T 304 on Twitter, M Turner 304 on IG. Also on Facebook, Michael Turner 613 everything. Make sure you hit the subscribe on the YouTube channel, and our audio is growing as well, which is pretty dope. I looked at the numbers today. Thank you all.
Appreciate you.
Hey, that's what's up. G Money, give it to him. Blue check.
Hey, blue check, baby. First off, I want to thank this episode. We got a little sponsor. I told y'all a little bit about it, but hey, Mastercraft Contracting. You get your roofs done. You mentioned the ManCave Sports Podcast. You get a free storm problem estimate for your roofing. And I know the guy over there, G-Off, he'll hook it up. Call him at 240-372. Oh gosh, phone just went bad. 372-5196. Hey, this is the first time a sponsor. I apologize. But we take care of your roofing.
Oh shit.
At G Money Caveman on Twitter though. Blue check, baby.
First and last sponsor, bro.
Not G Butcher the sponsor though.
Hey.
Oh man.
I got something for you guys. The thoughts and opinions of G Money represent those of the 613 network.
Dude.
Hey, give them socials again, G Money, man.
Find me on Twitter at G Money Caveman. Blue check, baby. We talk Cowboys. Let's go. You wasn't let me talk about the Cowboys today. I got y'all.
Nah. Unless we get that big house back there, we don't need to talk.
Here I go. Being disrespectful again, man. Here I go.
All right, Double J, man. Give him the socials, man.
Hey, but before I drop this, I just want to say, man, rest in peace to Willis Reed. We lost Willis Reed early in the week, man.
True that.
Rest in peace. Condolences to his family and friends, to Willis Reed, man. Also wanted to shout out the women's March Madness brackets. It's been a couple of upsets, and that as well. Their viewership has been up 27% from last year, man. So
number one seed's going down, second round. What?
Yeah, man. Mm-hmm. They're going down. Miami, MIA.
Yeah.
Mike Spot.
You.
Both the men's and the women's.
I ain't never watched a women's game in the U ever.
They both eliminated Indiana within 24 hours of this tournament, which was crazy, man. So shout out to the U, shout out to Colorado women, shout out to Ole Miss. With that being said, y'all can find me, Jae Jones, on all social media platforms. That's IG, that's Facebook, Twitter, that's TikTok. Shout out Facts, Ladies in Facts. Shout out In the Four Corners of Wrestling Podcast. Shout out all them over there, man. Keep subscribing. Yeah. Shout out to Mar for hosting, driving the bus. Man, IOW Sports, man. Mill. All of them.
Nah, I appreciate that.
Look, he trying to sign out for you too, Ma. He trying to sign out for you too.
I know.
He was say shut the door, they ass.
He's like, yo, shut the door. Anyway, man, y'all know how it is, man. Hey, I appreciate it being in the driver's seat. Always catch me, Wildcard Mon. You can catch me anywhere on IOW Sports Network on the Facebook, Instagram, the YouTube. IOW Sports 1 on the Twitter, or you can chop it over with me personally, the KC Wildcard Mon on Twitter, Wildcard Mon on Facebook and Instagram. And hey, that's what it is. It's the ManCave Sports Show, and that is another edition in the books. So wrap. Cheers.